a
You
great
may have
example.
to go through the
This
air.
would make a great
Call it no gain that time,
He
and
says,
now
I'll
it's
play
third and goal.
I'll direct it, you play center, and you write the screenplay. Shake
An
my
extra
hand. That's the way
defensive
it
back
goes.
on the field
It's
here for
really
third and
Cinderella
goal.
story.
Sure is.
And with the internet, there's lots of people that are like doing what you did, 20 some odd years ago.
Now a play
They're
fake.
taking
Garoppolo.
control of their
Oh, the
careers.
ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a
The
tough
only
go
way
for them. These
to-
guys have been driving down the
It's
field, but
taken from your
defensively,
life,
once they got their backs to the
especially
goal
in show
line, turned
business.
up the
I
pressure.
always tell your
That's gonna lead
actors
to
and
a fourth
writers and
down. Well
filmmakers,
played.
I say, people are not gonna, they're not gonna knock on your door and say, hey, would you like to be in my movie? They have to see you.
Garoppolo gonna go on fourth
They
down.
have to see it. If you're
Looking
an
for
actor,
a
they have
guard.
to see it.
Sean,
If
he's
you're a
got
director, they
it.
have to see it.
Touchdown
If you want to be a
49ers.
producer, you've got to produce a movie.
Pierre
So you have to get
Garçon.
out there.
A
You can't do it for
5-yard
means you have to do it for
touchdown.
free
And the Niners
or
are
for
able to
nothing.
cash
You have
in
to
for
do it.
6.
That's the way it goes.
Was translating this one-man show into a screenplay. I mean, did you get help with that, or did you sit there?
Just sat down and I wrote it. Did you ever see the one-man show?
Gold with the extra
Okay.
point,
I hope you
and
get a
that
chance
makes
to
the
go see
score
it now,
7-0.
because it's the movie. It's so easy. You look at it and you go, that's the movie. It's literally the same.
Tell us that day you got all those notepads.
Gold now out to kick it away.
I went to the thrifty drugstore on Ventura Boulevard in the
This
studio
is taken
city.
about 7 yards deep.
I sat down.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
And I wrote a 5-minute piece right there.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard
And each week
line.
I would write more and more. Then I would perform it on Monday nights at the theater. And then after almost 10
They'll
months,
throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot on
Just tell
first
us
down,
what were
but
the
couldn't
South days like?
connect.
I mean, before.
It's never a bad idea to
One-man
try and
show.
get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a
Like a lot of
little
people
bit of a
watching
Madden
that.
curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to
Sorry,
get that
Steph.
elite
For you, man.
separation that we're used to seeing
Well,
from
I
him.
think
An incomplete
you
pass
can get
leads to
training if
2nd
you
and
live.
10 from the
There's some
25.
great training in Chicago. Some
Second
great
and 10.
theater in
It's
Chicago.
Roethlisberger once more.
There's
A
some
screen to
wonderful
Brown.
theater here in
And he
Philadelphia.
will lose
But I
yardage
think
and
if
be
you want to
backed
get in
up
the
to the
game,
24.
after you've got some training,
It'll be
I
a
think you
loss
have
of
to go to
1,
New York.
and that'll bring up
I
a
believe
3rd and
that.
11 situation.
Either one.
And this now 3rd and
I
11
personally
after that second
started
down
in New York,
completion
and then I went to
actually
LA,
went
then I
back a
came back
yard.
to New York. But you can be a fighter like
A
training
fake
in
to
the gym.
Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger.
But sooner or later, you have to get in the ring.
Is
You gotta fight somebody.
incomplete.
Nice
So
play there
you
to
gotta
force
get in the ring.
incompletion.
You gotta
And
get
to
out there.
me,
You
one
gotta
thing's
be
for sure.
rejected.
When you're the underdogs
You're
and
gonna
you're
hit
playing
Bell
on
a
the
lot.
road, you
But
absolutely
I
have to
always
get
tell
takeaways. You've
your
got to get the ball
actors,
from
it's a
them.
Yeah,
thousand
win that
no's
turnover
with one
battle
yes.
going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you
You know,
get the
you were
feeling
talking
they keep
about
making plays
advice
like
to
that,
young
they might
people.
just get a few.
Yeah, once you
And I
get
say this,
one,
I'm not saying this
defensive
because
teams
I'm doing
think
my
they
show.
come in bunches.
But I think,
Here's
and I do a
Roethlisberger.
little discount to it.
He gets it to Brown.
I want them to
Complete.
see the show. It's
And
very
they're able
important
to
to me.
get this one
They
across
come
the
and see the show for
35.
students who
The
are
conversion
students.
is
And
successful
that is,
with a
you'll
sizable
see
gain
how
of
a person
13 and the decision
took
to
his
go
life
for
by
it.
the horns,
Looks like
got
a
up on
smart one.
stage, wrote something, and you'll see me do it, and you'll understand that this was before the movie. So I encourage all young filmmakers, actors, writers, producers to especially come and see the show. I'm doing it here at the Prince Theater, the Prince Music Theater on Chestnut Street, September 19th, 20th, 21st.
Throwing now,
Come and see it.
Roethlisberger on
This
first
guy
down. Throw
Thursday
left
night.
side is complete to Rodgers.
And
And
God bless.
taking it across midfield and inside the
Beyond
45.
Bronx Tele outside
Another
phases.
big gainer that time. This one
What's the
goes
key
for
once you get
19
into
yards. Roethlisberger
having
now
meetings
7 of 10 here in this
what do you
first
try
half,
to
and he's got a first
This is
and 10.
still salesmanship or what happens?
Absolutely. It's
On
absolutely.
first and 10,
I
it's
mean,
Roethlisberger.
as a director, you're asking the man
Over
to
the
put up
middle,
$10
it's
million
caught by
for you.
Rodgers. And
I
the
mean,
stop
look,
here
you
will
better
come
sell
at the
that.
38-yard
you walk in
line.
there
A
shuffling
gain
your
of 6
feet.
there on first.
I'm not sure if it'll
Never make the
work. I
mistake
think
of the
it
slot
will.
receivers, especially the little guys like
You
we're
have to
watching
go
here.
in there
They're just quicker than fast.
and
A lot
explain
of them
to them,
combine quickness and
this is the
speed,
greatest thing
and they
since
catch a
sliced
lot of
bread.
footballs, as we just saw
And
there.
usually, if you're a filmmaker, you believe that.
To throw again,
But
it's
you have to have
Roethlisberger.
passion. That's what they look for. That's what I look for.
This will be caught
When I'm
inside the
directing
10.
a movie,
And he
it's
carries
passion.
this one all the
This
way
is
down to
wanting
the
to be good.
9. He
Wanting
got
to,
29
people
yards
that
that
are
time.
competent, really wanting to do a good job. That's important.
2
You heard it
minutes
here
to go
first. We got
here
words of
in the
advice
first half.
from the Don Capo,
Back to
Sonny,
Heinz Field.
a.k.a.
After this,
Chaz
a
Palminteri,
chance
if you're
now
watching
to
Real
get
Life.
even before the break
And
as they
Jimmy
come up first and
10-2.
goal. again, it's
Jimmy
Roethlisberger.
10-2. They call him 10-2
Now he's forced
because when he
out
walked,
right.
his feet always like the
And
clock,
he'll just
like
throw this
10-2.
one over in the way of
And
the
he would,
security crew.
and he would walk like
Incomplete
this.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different
Years
looks here
later,
in the
he got
first
shot in
half.
the leg
They
and they
come
called
after
him
they
20
sat
F.
back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
Ah,
And they
this is
certainly
Chaz
have kept
Mountain.
them on their toes.
And
That's
you're
why they
watching
haven't had much
real
success
black.
on the scoreboard. Ben to throw again. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Two incompletions haven't moved them any closer. And likely throwing again, you have to think on third and goal here. Now it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
One thing I learned about people is no matter how racist a person is, everybody likes babies. Everybody loves a baby. They can't hate a baby, man. I mean, I'm pushing my little baby brother through the streets of South Carolina, and there's all these rednecks at the corner. And I'm pushing him, and we get up to the corner, this redneck looks over and says, boy, that's a pretty nigga. I'm very proud of her.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Aaron deep for Garcia. He's got a man. Complete. The 40. He's at the 30.
We didn't know about the
10.
company.
Touchdown. 49ers.
Going to school,
Pierre
work, and been lost, and
Garçon.
he came to Manhattan.
96 yards. And the
So bumped into
49ers are
Brian
able to
Gumble the other
strike
day.
quickly
I
for
bet somebody told
6.
Brian Gumble he was black, he had a
Well,
heart
they were
attack.
back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing
She
the
look
easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but now
Ray Don
let's
Shaw,
throw it.
Ray
And
Don Shaw,
sometimes
can Ray
the
Don Shaw
defensive
sleep with a black
aggressiveness
man in
is used
any
against
movie
them
she
because
does?
we got people
Every
backed
movie
up.
she does, she sleeps with a
Natural
white guy. I don't understand if the
inclination is to
interview
try to
Ray,
really
she tries to
force them
hide her
back.
nationality. So
And
Ray,
sometimes they get
what
burned
nationality
that
are you?
way.
Well, my brother's Portuguese and my father's half Mexican. Like, Ray, you're black, okay? Why don't you look in the mirror? Why don't you try to marry a Kennedy and find out how black you really are? I'm not the biggest fan of Bill Cosby because Bill Cosby created Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, the most great.
Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now out come the Steelers. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, you know, Charles, just thinking back, it was around this time a year ago, Hurricane Harvey was devastating the Houston area and other areas there in southeast Texas. 1 year later, though, J.J. Watt's Foundation announced it had raised and given $41.6 million in the last calendar year.
That's phenomenal. And he was the NFL Man of the Year last season, and rightly so for what he did. And if I'm not incorrect, his goal when he started this to help all the people was $200,000.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The 49ers 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. On 1st down, Garoppolo. He sets to fire deep. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes down for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Over the middle here to Brown. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as as his guys will get the football back. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just... The window.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
We got three, fellas. We got set. Like 20. 48, Mike. Three bud.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5.
You ain't ready to play no more, homie?
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
You ain't ready to play no more, homie? Can you handle that cover 6, homie? A good game though, bro. Catch you on the rebound.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just
Let's see. Antonio Brown, 4 for 70. Here Garcon, 3 for 149. Jared McKinney, 2 for 12. Eli Rogers, 2 for 25. Le'Veon Bell, 2 for 10. James Washington, 2 for 4. George Kittle, 1 for 38. Dante Pettis, 1 for 29. Okay. Where I got the catching, and of course on vertical zone, 59. Okay. Defensive. Okay. Kello Witherspoon. 1 interception. Go Jimmy. Go Jimmy. Go Jimmy. Go Jimmy. Go Jimmy. Go Jimmy. Mm. 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 Dynasty. Song. 96-yard touchdown from Jimmy Garoppolo. Song. 48-yard touchdown from Jimmy Garoppolo. Song. 5-yard touchdown from Jimmy.
So 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Washington with the catch, middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 23. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. As we inch closer to the regular season, I'm just peering down at some of the preseason records. Right now, Ravens 4-0, Bengals, Panthers, Cardinals, all 3-0. I guess my question is, what stock do you put in these preseason records?
You know, the easy answer is nothing, because the preseason doesn't really matter. But some organizations do put more stock in it than others. Some of them want to win every preseason game. Others don't worry about that at all. Intel has told me that only one team has won the Super Bowl after going 0-4 in the preseason, and that was in a strike year, I believe, when Washington did it. So, for the most part, you just don't want to go winless in the preseason. But remember this, the Browns and the Lions both went 4-0 preseasons, then they went 0-16 in the regular season.
Speaking of winless teams, Eagles and Falcons both winless right now, could be Super Bowl contenders.
I still think that they're going to be, whether they go winless or not.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Pushing his way through. Goodwin able to haul it in. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, and so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here again is McCannon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 44 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
3 down.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger will throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued. Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
65, 65.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bring it back up now. Bring it back up now.
They run once more with McKinnon, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Here we go.
21.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, there's something special about one of those big D linemen bringing it in. Off the tip there, really nice coordination.
Very much so, and I think what we've seen, and I'm going to put it in about the last 5 years, maybe a little bit longer, coaches placing a bigger emphasis on ball drills, even for defensive linemen, because possession is so key. When you get a chance to take one away, you want people comfortable with the football, and it paid off there.
And he'll get him a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Double hit it. Pop out, pop out, pop out.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep down.
Too fast over there, bro.
And my goodness,
too fast over there.
Interception.
That's not gonna work.
Picked off by a counter.
Plus he's 6'3".
The interception woes, they
Too
just
fast,
continue
plus
to
he's
mount. He's
6'3".
thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Garoppolo's going to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play, Garoppolo to Garcon. 55 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turns into a nice play.
Play action, Garoppolo. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Gold now out to kick it away.
It was a good game, though, bro.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
I'm not one of them dudes that talk trash.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And now here's another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
21. 11.
Garoppolo looking to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
13.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Here we go. 21, 21. 6, 6. 13, 13. 11, 11.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive.
Another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Heinz Field.